Welcome on into Big Play, Big Bets. We got the big hats on. It is all presented to you by Tipico Sportsbook. We talk about Tipico all the time on the show. If you haven't downloaded Tipico yet, I mean, this is the time of year. I mean, football literally all day Saturday, playoff football all day Saturday, Sunday, a Monday night football playoff game. We are going to give you guys our betting picks on every single NFL playoff game this week. I've been looking forward to this show, Dave, for a very long time, and it is finally here. Happy Super Wild Card Weekend to you.
Nick, I am on a heater. I'm up like $4,000 over the last month on big play boosts and just my parlays.
The big play boosts have been insanely hot. Like, we've been...
Yes, if you are not watching out for the big play boosts in the Tipico app, or you're not following us on social media, do it before
we go gold
games because we are on a heater.
Yeah, we are.
And the amount of people tailing it now are picking up.
It's up there. It's up there. Especially, I love seeing the energy on Sundays when we put the Browns boosts out. This week it'll be Saturday of people following along the boost. So jump in there on Tipico. All right, that's enough talking about Tipico. Let's talk about these games. The Browns are 2-point favorites against the Texans. I'll start with this. Were you surprised to see that the Browns were favored on the road in the playoffs? I get the Browns absolutely manhandled the Texans on Christmas Eve without CJ Stroud, but this is a little bit of a different animal going on the road in the playoffs. Were you surprised to see that number?
Yeah, I mean, we have a practice squad team. So that we're favored in the playoffs is insane to me. I don't care if it's a rookie quarterback. He's looked great. But give me CJ Stroud or give me Joe Flacco. Give me Joe Flacco all day. I think it makes sense. I'm not going to touch this line. I'm not going to touch the money line. I'm going all props,
baby,
for the Browns. I am not going to jinx this.
Yep, same here. No jinxes to be found. It was funny. You and I were on a call, no names please, on Thursday, and somebody was asking, like, what are you going to do? You know, reverse bet and bet the Texans to try to pull some good mojo? No. We're not doing any of that. Leave the line alone.
I can't even have a watch party for this. I'm too nervous. I'm going to watch with the kids and my dad in a room. Just us. Then, if we win, big watch party.
Okay.
Big watch party.
And then things get real too with the Saturday night game. We'll get into it.
Yep.
But the prop bets that are going to be out there for this game are a lot of fun. I saw Matt Fontana's boost is already up on Tipico.
Yep.
They got Jerome Ford anytime touchdown. I'm a big fan of that. He looked really good on Thursday Night Football. The last time we got a real look at what the Browns starting offense looked like, Jerome Ford looked good. Amari Cooper over on his receiving yards. Last time these two teams faced, Amari Cooper had 265 receiving yards.
Not bad.
So that's kind of a no-brainer. And
Browns
then
record, correct?
Yeah, and then what was the last leg of that, Ryan? Do you know?
It was CJ Stroud to throw an interception.
CJ Stroud to throw a pick, which he hasn't thrown many, but that's
CJ Stroud was on such a heater.
Yeah.
And he has not thrown for over 275 yards since week 12.
You know why?
Why?
Tank Dell got hurt. I would be a lot more worried about this game if the Texans had Tank Dell. I truly think that he's a huge weapon. Like, for the fantasy people out there, I think he's going to be a really, really coveted option next year. But they don't have him anymore. And Denzel Ward, according to Kevin Stefanski, is
playing.
in quotes fine.
He's fine.
So put Denzel on Nico
you don't put
Collins.
A hype video out if you're not fine.
Yeah, and he put a hype video out. So put Nico Collins, Denzel Ward, that matchup, and that is why CJ's numbers have tapered a little bit since week 12. So I like Fontana's boost, man. I'm going with that.
Yeah, give me Joe Flacco over 250. Give me Njoku over 50. Give me a Cooper touchdown.
Okay.
Give me...
And you know everybody at home is doing this, right? Like, everybody at home, nobody's going to want to jinx this game. The prop bet mania is going to be alive.
So many parlays and deleted them. in the app. I got to lock mine in.
Yeah.
So give me
Now's
those
the time to
three,
do it.
and I'm going to think about it for the next few minutes before the game starts.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll table the Browns discussion.
Yes.
Let's move on to Saturday
So
night.
nervous.
Peacock exclusive. A lot of people upset about that throughout the week. The Chiefs will host the Miami Dolphins. And if you look at this temperature with wind chill, it keeps going in the wrong direction. This game is going to be, feels like negative 30 degrees outside, Dave. I don't care. I could have the biggest contract in the NFL. I could be Tyreek Hill. I'm retiring. There's no way that I'm playing in minus 30 weather at Arrowhead. Chiefs 4.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I don't think Miami's ever won a game ever under like 40 degrees. So if it's negative with the wind chill,
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to win. Even though before I heard about the weather, I was like, you know what? I've got a gut feeling Miami's going to pull this one out. I have a weird feeling on all of these games.
Me too.
We'll get into that.
It feels like an underdog week.
It does. It does. And we have a bet for that as well in the Tipico app that's boosted. Oh, dude. I don't know. I see the Chiefs moving on. I think it's going to be related to the weather as well.
Same here.
I really do.
Same here. Neither of these teams also really look to be themselves. I mean, offensively, when you think of these teams, these should be two of the highest scorers in the NFL. That's not the case. I'll take the Chiefs to cover the 4.5, and I think I like the under. I've been talking about the under all week. It's not going to be a snow game. It's just going to be really, really cold. I like under 43.5. The Chiefs receivers are still putrid. Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert are still questionable. I'm going under with the Chiefs.
Look at these two teams. That is a low over-under.
You would think, man. You would think. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that this game is really exciting.
Yeah.
And I hope Miami wins it for obvious reasons.
All right, I'm going to go minus 105 odds. Dolphins plus 11.5. Over 35.
Ooh. All right.
Over 35.
Cool. We move along.
We move along.
To Sunday, and this is the last leg of our parlay that helps the Browns secure
this is the one I have
the
such
playoffs.
a weird feeling on.
And I do too, because this is another bad weather game, and this one actually could involve some snow. And I think that if it snows, that benefits Pittsburgh. I think it benefits Pittsburgh more than it benefits Buffalo, because Pittsburgh has the run game here. Buffalo does not really have much of a run game.
I feel like Bills Mafia will not agree with you on that.
They could disagree, argue it all they want.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh is a little bit hot too with Mason Rudolph. They won their final 3 games, and they have all the luck in the world to get them into this spot. I don't know what actually takes place in this game, but I'll tell you one thing. I really like the Steelers to cover the 10. Especially if it's bad weather. This just feels goofy. Buffalo's been weird all year. I like Pitt covering 10.
Yeah, I like this like a 13-7 game.
Yep.
So yeah, give me Steelers plus 10. I will take the under on this.
Okay.
35.5.
I like it. I'll do the same exact thing. And man, wouldn't it be nice if our scenario could come true, where the Browns money line,
Yes.
Dolphins money line against the Chiefs, and Steelers somehow money line. Our Browns would be at home in the divisional round of the playoffs next week.
I put $25 on it. I think it pays like $5.50.
That's a crazy, like, those odds that they gave us on that's a generous boost. So thank you, because I know Diego watches the show. That is generous. I love that energy. 3 legs, all we need. And yeah, 50 pays like into the thousands,
Yep.
which is really nice. But man, if that happened, could you imagine this city next week?
That's a good slate of games.
Oh, the Cleveland would be rocking next week. All right, let's keep this thing going. We'll go to Dallas, where the Cowboys are 7-point favorites against the Green Bay Packers. This is another trendy one, Dave. I've seen all over the Twitter machine. A lot of faith, a lot of love in Green Bay. All of these NFL reporters are saying that there is an unnamed playoff team that could fire their head coach and potentially go after a Bill Belichick. I don't know. Maybe it's Mike McCarthy. It seems like Jerry Jones would be the type. I think Cowboys win here and cover the 7 at home.
I have been told by a certain host at Big Play that is a very likely scenario.
Wow.
No names, please.
I knew it. Like, I mean,
I can see it.
every NFL journalist that works for ESPN, CBS, you know, they're all saying it. Now, I think I know which host you're talking about that is saying that.
Having said that, though, I don't think that's going to happen because I think the Cowboys roll the Packers.
I think so too.
Yep.
Number one scoring offense, putting up 30 a game, Dave.
Yeah. I hate betting the Cowboys, but they were also the reason I won that gigantic bet like 2 weeks ago. So
They redeemed themselves.
I will roll with the Cowboys -7, not touching the over-under.
Same. I think they win here. I think it puts to bed all of that talk about McCarthy potentially being fired. We know Jerry Jones is a little bit nuts. So keep your eye on that situation at 4:30 on Sunday, but I think we should be fine there. All right, Sunday Night Football. The NFL
It's a
script
weird
writers, Blake Williams had a great clip that went out on YouTube about the script writers this playoffs.
Yeah.
He was like, if you look at this, man, he's like, you got Joe Flacco and the Browns going up against all their draft picks that they gave away for Deshaun Watson.
Yep.
Not to mention, if the Browns win this game, they probably get Joe Flacco's revenge in Baltimore against the guy who replaced him. You got Tyreek Hill going up against his old team in the Chiefs.
Yep.
And then you got this game where it is Sean McVay versus Jared Goff, who had their famous falling out in LA. There is just so many storylines left and right here.
The NFL is printing money.
They are printing. This is exactly what they wanted.
Yep.
And it is awesome. It's exactly what I wanted too. So Lions are 3-point favorites. The game's in Detroit. Cheapest ticket to get in to this game was $600. So Motor City Dan is going to have some fans behind him at Ford Field on Sunday Night Football.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, my favorite wide receiver outside of Cleveland, for hitting that last touchdown parlay. I think he's going to have a big game.
Okay.
He's either scored a touchdown or had over 100 yards. Check this out. In 15 of 17 games this year.
And he's did both of that in 5 games this year. That's
It's
crazy.
insane.
He's
Yeah.
really good. He is very good. But
Yeah.
LA is hot. LA has won 7 of their last 8.
Yeah, I don't care.
All right.
No.
You're
Give me
going Detroit?
Detroit -3, over 51.5, and we will go St. Brown anytime touchdown.
Okay. I like it. Ryan, give it to me. Fade Dave. Rams money line.
Get out of
Rams
here.
money line. Cooper
If you're
Kupp
looking to make
anytime
money,
touchdown.
Do the opposite of Nick.
And I'm going Rams money
Hit him
line.
with a fade Pinot.
Now we're just pressing the buttons back and forth.
Nick, I'd like to say I am on Rams money line as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, come on.
Yep.
Why, Ryan?
For me, this is obviously it's probably one of the most interesting games this week with Stafford and McVay. I think Sean McVay 3-1 in the opening round of the playoffs. They're as hot as any team realistically right now, even though the record might not show it. But offensively, I expect Cooper Kupp to have a big game because he's kind of been quiet, but the Puka Nacua emergence might slow down a little bit in the playoffs.
Puka.
Dan Campbell really went all out to try and get that 2 seed. It didn't work out, and you got Sam Laporta hurt. I don't know. I expect some jitters there in the Motor City and a lot of tears.
Yeah.
Ryan gets so much info in so quickly.
Yeah.
Any disclaimer we have, Ryan's reading.
That's the exact. Ryan just articulated everything that I thought and more. I think when you
Ryan
look at
makes
this
us
game,
smarter,
when you
even though he's wrong.
look at this game and who has more pressure on them, to me, Jared Goff has all the pressure on him. McVay and Stafford, there's no pressure. They already hoisted the championship trophy once. For them, this is all laughs and jokes in round 1.
I don't know. I got a gut feeling.
All right.
Dan Campbell. If you bet the Browns-Lions Super Bowl,
The exact outcome.
it's insane. The odds for
You
that.
could do that
Oh,
too.
you can do it. You can do it.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Not going to.
You're not?
No. I'm saving all of my money for a Joe Flacco Super Bowl MVP bet.
Oh, a future.
Yes.
I like that. All right, we'll keep moving because I don't know what I'm doing here. NFL, then you go to futures. Here we go.
Yep.
NFL championship finalists. And you got to scroll for a little bit. Browns versus 49ers is one of the favored outcomes.
I don't love it.
I don't love that either. That'd be very nervous. Browns versus Lions, plus 15,000. $5 pays $755.
What's $20 pay?
$20
I don't
pays
want to do math today.
$3,020.
Oh, I might put it in. I might put it in.
I got it right
You're
there.
tempting me.
Pulled up on the app. That's so cool.
Oh, God.
Alrighty, let's go to Monday Night Football. The Eagles are 3-point favorites, and they have to go to Tampa and play Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. Tampa won 5 of their last 6 games to win the NFC South and earn them this position in the NFL playoffs. Monday Night Football game, a lot of people are saying that Bake Show got put in the worst spot. I'm going with the Buccaneers. They're underdogs at home.
Really?
I got the Bucs. Philly is not good. I think you could cluster.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I think you could cluster Sirianni in that conversation of all these coaches that have, been available, with Vrabel being out there, with Belichick being out there. A great year to need a coach. I get Sirianni just took them to the playoffs last year. They're 11-6 with this nothing to laugh at.
They've
but
lost 5 of 6.
they
If
look
they
really
have
bad.
a first-round exit against
Baker
and the Bucs, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow for all Eagles fans.
And I'm going with it. I'm on Bucs money line.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mike Evans anytime touchdown.
Tampa has all the momentum in the world. Philly has absolutely
None.
no momentum. I still think Philly wins this game.
Oh.
Gut feeling. Give me Eagles money line. I don't like the 3. I don't know. I just have a feeling they're going to finally put it together here.
Okay. I like it. Do we want to call it a show? Do you have any other props that you want to put in?
I have so many props. But no. Let's put those out on Twitter.
Yep.
We'll quote tweet it to the show.
Yep.
As we finalize those bets.
Yep. You guys got our main
bet
picks.
along with us.
Yep. Bet along with us. We want to see your guys' bet slips too. Show us the parlays. Tweet at us. He's at Big Play Dave. I'm at Nick Padone 12. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Big Play Big Bets. It's all presented to you by Tipico. Download Tipico Sportsbook now so you could join us in on all of this action and so much more. We'll see you guys next week.